Okay, everybody. Hi. This is a story about how a man flew from Toronto to Vancouver to go on a date with me, and it was the worst date of my life. Your girl went on a date in the middle of a Pandora box, panoramic, Panda Express, pandemic, and I learned my lesson. I met this guy on a flight from Montreal to Toronto, hit it off, vibes are pretty cool, we exchanged numbers. He's foreign. He's 6'5", tall, beautiful, black skin, nice hair. Ooh, 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 just my type. That's my type, that's my type. Okay, sorry. Anyways, black men are my type. If a black man approaches me, I'm into it. I'm like, let's get it poppin', but not like that because I'm a Christian. So we're talking for about a couple months, and things kind of die off and fall off, and I'm just like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm like, oh, you're cute, but like, you're my friend now. Okay, let's call him Matthew. So Matthew, you're my friend. I don't have any interest in you. I'm moving upwards and onwards. I'm moving past this situation. And then he calls me mid-November. I don't pick up because I'm busy. I'm gonna get this text that's like, hey, I'm coming to Vancouver in December so we can hang out. I beg your pardon? What? So I'm immediately like intrigued by this big grand gesture, but also I'm kind of freaked out because I'm like, I haven't talked to you in about 2 weeks. Now you booked this expensive flight to come and see me, and we don't really have the chemistry that I think you think we have. Ponder on that sentence. Now, he never tells me a date, by the way. He never tells me, he just says he's coming in the beginning of December. Randomly, my friend was like, when is Matthew coming again? And I was like, I don't know. He never really told me. So I messaged him. I'm like, hey, when do you come? And he goes, oh, my flight just landed. He just came to the city and like wasn't like, hey, by the way, my flight's tomorrow, or goes, when are you free? So I was like, you know, I'm free-ish Friday, do you wanna hang out? He goes, yeah, what do you wanna do? Strike one. You fly to my city to see me, and you're asking me what I wanna do. You should have a plan. Am I wrong? You should have a plan. You should be like, I'm gonna take you here, I'm gonna take you there, I'm gonna take you everywhere. I'm not a tour guide, okay? The city of Vancouver does not pay me to take people from Toronto out and about during a panoramic, okay? I don't get paid for this. So I said we can go hiking. It's harmless. I send him a bunch of links of websites, you know, places we can go to hike. Links on links on links. He bypasses all the links and goes, so what do you want to do? I said, what do I want to do? I said we can go hiking. I'm sending you places we can go, and you're bypassing it, telling me what do I want to do? So I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting frustrated. The type A in me is like, ring the alarm. I've been doing this too long, but I'll be damned. So I said, you know what? Let's keep it easy breezy, beautiful, colorful girl. Let's go to a restaurant. So I said, what time works for you? He puts the question back at me. What time works for you? Strike two. If I ask you a question and you ask me a question back, we're gonna fight. You better square up. You better square up. So I said, you know what? How does 5 work? He goes, you know, 6. I said, why didn't you say 6 from before? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I said, why didn't you do it before? Anyways, he picked the time. Keep that in mind. He picked the time. Okay, I need therapy. He's working remotely while I was in Vancouver. He goes, I have to do something at 9 o'clock. It'll be 20 minutes. Don't worry about it. I'll be on my phone for a bit. I was like, okay. In my head, I'm like, we're meeting at 6. What makes you think at 9 we're still gonna be hanging out? No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade, but real talks. 5 o'clock comes, doing my hair, doing my makeup, I beat my face, I looking real cute, I put a bra on for the first time in a couple months. I get a message and he goes, where in Vancouver do you live? So I say, I live here. And he goes, okay, I'm in Richmond. And I was like, okay. He goes, I'm picking up a rental car and I'm gonna come meet you. I'll see you at 6. I was like, okay, like Richmond's not that far from me. You don't wanna come pick me up? I'm 10 minutes from where he is. And he's like, okay, see you soon. I'm like, okay, let me just tap my bus pass, get on the bus. I am 10 minutes from the restaurant. And he calls me and he goes, hey, where are you? How far are you? And I'm like, I'm at the station, about to walk to the restaurant, about to walk down Robson to the restaurant. And he goes, you know, Vancouver is 3 hours behind Toronto. And I was like, okay, sir, we learned this in grade 9. What's up? He goes, you know how I said I had that meeting at 9? It's actually 6 o'clock for us, 9 o'clock Toronto time. And I was like, say what you need to say, because I'm not gonna connect the dots for you. You're a grown man. Problem solve. We're at point A. How are we getting to point B? How are we gonna figure this out? And he goes, I'm gonna be on my phone for about 10 minutes in the car. How about I pick you up and you could just sit in the car while I do this promo work? Like, you know, I'd rather not do that. How about I meet you at the restaurant? You say it's gonna be 10 minutes. How about I go get us a seat and order a drink, and then when you come, we'll start this date from hell that's already going horribly. I get a seat right away in the front by the window. They were like, they set your girl up. They set me up. I'm looking cute. Lace is melted, wig is laid. Me and the server were bantering, we're having a good time. 6:30 rolls around, the server's like, and I'm like, people that sat after I came, got their food, ate their food, left. And he calls me at 6:50 and is like, hey, I'm on Robson. I'm like, okay. He goes, do you know if I could park on Robson or Smythe? Do you know any parking garages in this area? There has to be a parking garage, but as for where one is, I don't know. And he goes, okay. I'm like, should I order some apps for us? You know? Been waiting for 50 minutes, basically an hour, let's just say an hour. And I'm embarrassed at this point because the server's like, are you getting stood up? The hostess came by and was like, do you need 2 menus? Why do you have 2? Do you need to? I was like, leave the second menu. There's someone else coming, okay? Okay. Okay. I say, I'm gonna order us some apps. What would you like? Nah, anything. I said, okay. I order calamari. The server goes off. Korean before the pandemic would have been gone. I would have been gone. I would have been at home when he was looking for parking. I would have been in my bed watching Euphoria. Calls me again and goes, how do I pay for parking? Guys, this man is 30. This man is grown. He runs his own business. He's grown. I said, read the signs, sir. At this point, I'm upset. He comes, doesn't even, you know when you're late, you're kind of like, ooh, sorry I'm late, oh my gosh. He comes, strolls in, sits down. Hey, I beg your pardon? Cool. He goes, I am so hungry. Oh, as he comes, the appetizer comes, and I'm like, oh, I got it calamari. And he goes, oh, I don't really like seafood. I asked him what he wanted. He said, order anything. I ordered calamari. He said he didn't like seafood. At this point, I'm like, I want to go home. This is not worth my time. Fast forward, the bill comes. So the bill comes, and at that point, I take myself to the bathroom. I exit because the bill is none of my business. It's none of my business. It's none of my business, period. Cool, bet. He's paid the bill, and I'm like, cool, as you should. Not because he's a man, because I was waiting over an hour. Anyways, he has the bill in his hand. He goes, oh, you ordered 4 drinks before I got here? And I looked at him. I said, yeah, because I was waiting for an hour. I'm like, I'm gonna just walk to the station and I'll see you later. He goes, oh my God, no, I parked down the street. Why don't I drive you home? And I was like, and I was like, oh, but the cheap Korean that didn't want to tap her card and pay $3.95 was like, cool, I'll take the drive home. Get in the car. He spends 10 minutes finding a song to play before we start driving. Could have been halfway home. But yeah, you find a Drake song to play. You find that perfect song. Why not? Why not? To sum up this long story, he drove to this friend's house to pick up a bag and then had me in the car waiting for 10 minutes, then drove me home after, and I've never heard from him again. I was gonna ghost him, but he ghosted me. That's weird. That's suspicious. I did not deserve that. I pay my taxes. I give tithes and offering. I did not deserve that. And that's the thing that sucks, is that restaurant was my favorite restaurant. I can't even go back because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. And you know what? This man came in a gray Adidas sweatsuit and he didn't get a lineup. He didn't get a lineup. Just wanna, okay, you wasted my time, sir, and I can't get that back. Will I ever go on a date again? Probably not, because I'm traumatized. Say it with me, guys. I'm traumatized. That was the worst date ever. And you know what's funny? Me and the server had more chemistry than me and Matthew. And you know what? What makes me mad is I barely leave my house. I have friends that are like, Korean, when can I see you? And I'm like, never. We're in a panoramic. And here I am leaving my house for this man, and he's late. He didn't even say sorry. He didn't even get a lineup. Hairline was looking like Roots. You know Roots when they were slaves? Looking like Roots. You're free. Matthew, if you're watching this, you're free. You can get a lineup. You can edge it out.